Good afternoon. I'm Bob O'Halloran. I'm chairperson of the Hospitality Management Program here at East Carolina University. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about careers in the hospitality industry. You hear a lot about that. You're familiar with that in many ways, but a lot of people don't think about it necessarily in terms of working in it for their lifelong work. Typically, you look at careers and jobs that would be in lodging, food service, and perhaps meetings, conventions, and clubs. And there's a lot of small segments that cross over between all of those pieces. Where our goal as hospitality management programs is to have each of our graduates be prepared for an entry-level position in a hospitality management company, whether that's an assistant food and beverage director or assistant front office director. Any and all of those types of positions would be viable for our students. As part of our curriculum, we're also going to have all of our students complete an internship so that they're prepared and have some experience dealing with the public and have some knowledge of what their jobs might be. In a hotel, for example, we might have students and or for their careers working in the front desk area, housekeeping, maintenance, sales and marketing, accounting, and they could also work in the food and beverage side. Depending on the type of hotel, whether it was full service or limited service, you might have individuals that worked in catering if it was a full service hotel for banquets, and or they might work in a restaurant that was attached to the hotel. So there's any variety of jobs that somebody could get in the industry. As an example, a new and up-and-coming job that has been starting to really be entrenched is that of a revenue manager, so that people make smart decisions to enhance the revenues of their properties. In the food and beverage area, more specifically, you could work, as I said, in banquets in a hotel, but you could also work in freestanding restaurants, in contract food service. There are all kinds of, whether that's a chain restaurant for a specific company that's full service, or a quick service restaurant that might be a McDonald's. A full service might be an Olive Garden or something like that. As an example, there are many, and then obviously all the independent restaurants that are there. Contract food service, typically you see in places like universities. You see them operate baseball and football stadiums. They could be in schools, they could be in hospitals, in a variety of things, and opportunities there. Meetings and special events and catering, and conventions, you could work at large convention hotels. You could work at a convention center. You could be in sales for a convention and visitors bureau. There are also jobs in club management. There are jobs on cruise lines, and really all across the tourism spectrum, so that there are any number of variety of jobs that you could get into. We can translate that really to coursework in our programs that basically starts in most programs with an introductory course that would introduce students to the possible fields and careers that might exist in our industry, as we've just talked about. Then, depending upon the school, the curriculum might be different a little bit here and there, but there's likely to be a common core of classes. So there would be, for example, human resources for hospitality. There might be a marketing or hospitality or a sales class. There could be an accounting class for the hospitality service type industries. So those might be common core classes, as well as introductory courses in lodging, food and beverage, and maybe meetings and special events. So there's a variety of those things. Depending upon the curriculum, again, in the school, they might have a cross-section of kitchen laboratory classes. If you're a hospitality management program, you're not really a culinary program, though you may have culinary courses where students are given at least some familiarity of with the culinary skills, basic kitchen techniques, mise en place, and a variety of other things that might be available. And as I said, all programs typically have an internship that students are required to get and work in so that they're prepared for their graduation and can show a recruiter a package of educational qualifications and work experience. A recruiter is going to want to look at you as an applicant or a student looking at this field and saying, all right, what have you done, what kind of an education have you had, and what have you done with your work experience opportunities? Most programs have access to local jobs. Also, a lot of students will just work during the summers and or might take 6 months and do an extended internship depending upon the company that does that. I mean, many of the large companies are doing internships really all across the country, and there really is no limit as to where you might be able to go for your internship experience. If I had a piece of advice that I would give to somebody considering a career excuse me, in hospitality management, I think that what I would tell them to do is really do some research on the industry itself and go and talk to, as part of that research, go into a hotel and ask to see the general manager and explain to that person, I'm interested in a career in this, can you tell me a little something about it? And or in a restaurant, and or in a club, private club, any and all of those types of venues. And talk to them about what it takes to be successful in that field. Education, training, what other opportunities. One of the things that when you're in a program like this that you really have to take the opportunity to take advantage of is the networking opportunities. Many programs have guest speakers, panels of industry experts, and a variety of opportunities for students to learn outside of the classroom. And you really should take advantage of those opportunities as best as you possibly can. That, I think, can really prepare you for your career in your field. And if you do the research ahead of time on the industry in general, and then if you pick a company, look them up online, know who they are, know how many brands of hotel or how many name brands of restaurants or that they have, or is it an independent operation? Maybe you're in a family business. Maybe you want to start your own restaurant or hotel or whichever it might be, so that you really want to look at what it is that you would like out of your career. Are you an entrepreneur? Do you want to work for a large company? Is there an area within hospitality, food and beverage, lodging, whichever, that you would prefer? And is there a functional area within those pieces that you would prefer? Is that accounting? Is that sales? Is that marketing? Are you an operations person so that you're really looking at those types of things? But prepare yourself when you select a major and meet people that are in the field, meet perhaps students. If you have a program that is near to you, whether it's a community college or a four-year program, go and talk to some of the students and see what they like and what they see. And I think that if you do those things, you'll be prepared for your education, and you'll also start preparing for your career. Thanks very much. Pleasure to talk to you.